Muhammad Ali was struggling. His punches were powerful, but predictable. Opponents were learning to read him. Then he got a call from Bruce Lee. "Come to my house. I want to show you something." What Bruce showed Ali in his backyard that afternoon changed boxing history. A technique so effective that Ali's next three opponents couldn't figure out where the punches were coming from. March 1972, Los Angeles, California. Muhammad Ali was in a difficult phase of his career. He'd returned to boxing after his 3-year ban, won some fights, lost to Joe Frazier in 1971. He was 30 years old, not old for most people, but old for a boxer who'd lost 3 prime years. And Ali was noticing something troubling. His opponents were adapting to him, reading his movements, anticipating his punches. Ali had always relied on speed and unpredictability, but now, fighters were catching up. His trainer, Angelo Dundee, had noticed it too. "They're timing you, champ. You telegraph your punches. They can see them coming. I've always done it this way." "Yeah? Well, they've figured it out. You need something new. Something they haven't seen." Ali didn't know what that something was until he got a phone call. "Muhammad, this is Bruce Lee." Ali knew who Bruce Lee was. Everyone did by 1972. The martial artist who'd become a movie star. The Green Hornet. The Chinese Connection. The man who moved like water and hit like lightning. Bruce Lee. What an honor. "The honor is mine. I've been studying your fights. Your footwork, your speed, you're incredible." "Studying my fights? Why?" "Because I want to learn. And because I think I might have something to show you. Something that could help." "Help with what?" "Your punching power. I've noticed opponents are starting to read you. See your punches coming. I think I know how to fix that." Ali was intrigued. "You want to teach Muhammad Ali how to punch?" Bruce laughed. "Not how to punch. You already know that better than anyone. But how to punch differently. How to generate power without telegraphing, without giving them time to react." "When?" "Tomorrow, my house in Bel Air. Just you. No cameras, no press, just 2 fighters sharing knowledge." Ali agreed. The next afternoon, Ali drove to Bruce Lee's home. A beautiful house in the hills. Bruce answered the door himself. Smaller than Ali expected, maybe 5'7", but the energy radiating from him was undeniable.
"Muhammad, come in."
They talked for a while, about fighting, about philosophy, about the similarities between boxing and martial arts. "You know what the biggest difference is?" Bruce asked. "Between what you do and what I do." "Tell me." "Boxing teaches you to telegraph, to wind up, to put your whole body into a punch by pulling back first. It creates power, but it also creates time. Time for your opponent to see it coming. So how do you punch without winding up?" "Come outside. I'll show you." Bruce's backyard had a workout area. Heavy bags, speed bags, training equipment. They walked to a heavy bag. Bruce stood in front of it. "Watch." Bruce placed his fist against the bag. Didn't pull back. Didn't wind up. His fist was already touching the bag. Then he exploded. The bag flew backward violently, like it had been hit by a sledgehammer. But Bruce's fist had traveled maybe 1 inch. Ali stared. "How did you just do that?" "It's called the 1-inch punch." Power doesn't come from distance. It comes from internal energy, from using your whole body as a whip. Hip rotation, core engagement, wave energy traveling through your body to your fist, all in an instant. "Show me again." Bruce demonstrated. Multiple times. Each time, the bag flew back with devastating force. Each time, his fist traveled almost no distance. "Can this work in boxing?" Ali asked. "Modified, yes. You can't do it exactly like this because of boxing rules. But the principle generating power without telegraphing, that translates perfectly." For the next 2 hours, Bruce taught Ali the mechanics. It wasn't about arm strength. It was about the kinetic chain, starting from the feet, through the legs, into the hips, up the spine, through the shoulder, into the fist, all in a fraction of a second. "Your opponents watch your shoulders," Bruce explained. They watch your fists pull back. That's how they time you. But if your power comes from your core, from your hips, from your legs, you don't need to pull back. The punch can start from where it already is. Ali practiced. At first it felt wrong, unnatural. His body had 20 years of muscle memory telling him to wind up, to pull back before striking. Forget what you know, Bruce said. Don't think of it as a punch. Think of it as an explosion. You're not throwing your fist at the target. You're exploding through the target. Slowly, Ali started to get it. His hips would rotate, his core would engage, and his fist would snap forward with surprising power despite minimal backswing. Good, Bruce said. Now faster. Again, again. They worked until the sun started setting. Ali's mind was reeling. This was different from anything he'd learned in boxing, but it made sense. Perfect sense. Will this really work in a fight? Ali asked. Try it and see, but don't use it immediately. Practice first. Let your body learn it. Make it natural. Then, when you're ready, surprise them. Why are you teaching me this? We're in different sports. Bruce smiled. Because I respect you. Because you're an artist. An artist should share their art. Plus, I'm curious to see if this works in boxing. If it does, you'll have proven something important, that different fighting styles can learn from each other. As Ali was leaving, Bruce said one more thing. Remember, Muhammad, speed isn't about how fast you move. It's about how little warning you give. These short punches, they don't give warning. By the time your opponent sees movement, they're already hit. Ali drove home with his mind racing. Could this really work? Would it translate from martial arts to boxing? There was only one way to find out. For the next 3 months, Ali practiced, in private. Not even Angelo knew exactly what he was working on. Ali would spend hours on the heavy bag, practicing the short, explosive punches, generating power from his core instead of his arms. It felt strange at first, like learning to punch all over again. But gradually, it became natural. His body learned the new kinetic chain. Hip rotation into explosive force, minimal backswing, maximum impact. Angelo noticed Ali was doing something different, but couldn't quite figure out what.
You're working on something, champ. What is it?
Just a new technique. You'll see. Ali's next fight was against Bob Foster in November 1972. Foster was a light heavyweight moving up. Tall, skilled, dangerous. The fight started normally. Ali dancing, using his footwork, throwing his usual combinations. Foster was holding his own, reading Ali's movements, timing him. Then, in the 4th round, Ali tried it. He closed distance, got inside Foster's guard, and threw one of Bruce's short punches. No wind-up, just hip rotation and explosive force. Foster's head snapped back. He stumbled. His eyes showed confusion. He hadn't seen it coming. Literally hadn't seen Ali pull back or wind up. The announcers were confused too. I'm not sure what happened there. Foster seems rocked, but I didn't see a big punch. Ali threw another one. Same technique. Short, explosive, no telegraph. Foster went down. He got up at 8, but his confidence was shaken. He couldn't figure out where these punches were coming from. They appeared out of nowhere. Ali won by knockout in the 8th round. After the fight, reporters asked Foster what happened. I don't know. His punches were different. I couldn't see them coming. Usually you can read a boxer, see the wind up, see the shoulder rotation. But Ali's punches just appeared, like he'd gotten faster or something. But he's 30. Fighters don't get faster at 30. Angelo pulled Ali aside after the fight. What was that? Those short punches. Where'd you learn that? Ali smiled. Bruce Lee taught me something about generating power without telegraphing. Bruce Lee? The martial arts guy? Yeah. He showed me how to punch from the inside. Use hip rotation instead of arm swing. No backswing means no warning. Angelo thought about this. That's actually genius. If you can do that consistently, opponents won't be able to time you. That's the idea. Ali's next fight was against Quarry in June 1973. Ali used the technique throughout. Short, powerful punches with minimal telegraphing. Quarry, a skilled boxer, was completely confused. "I've fought Ali before," Quarry said afterward. "This wasn't the same fighter. Something changed. His punches were shorter, but somehow hit harder. I couldn't time them, couldn't see them coming." Ali's third fight, using Bruce's technique, was against Ken Norton in September 1973. Norton had broken Ali's jaw in their previous fight. This was revenge time. Ali dominated. The short, explosive punches kept Norton off balance. He couldn't adapt, couldn't figure out the timing. Ali won by split decision. 3 fights, 3 victories, all using the technique Bruce Lee had taught him in a backyard in Bel Air. The boxing world started noticing. Commentators talked about Ali's new style, his evolved technique. No one knew where it came from. Ali didn't tell them. Neither did Bruce. It was their secret. Tragically, Bruce Lee died in July 1973, 1 month before Ali fought Norton. Bruce was only 32 years old. The official cause was cerebral edema. The world lost a legend. Ali was devastated. He'd only known Bruce for a little over a year. But in that time, Bruce had changed how Ali thought about fighting, about power, about movement. Ali attended Bruce's funeral, one of the few non-martial artists there. He stood in the back, didn't want attention, just wanted to pay respects. After the service, Linda Lee, Bruce's widow, approached Ali. "Thank you for coming. Bruce was special. He taught me something important. He talked about you. Said you were one of the few fighters who truly understood, who could take a technique from one art and apply it to another. I used what he taught me in my last 3 fights. It worked perfectly." Linda smiled through tears. He would have been so proud to know that. Years later, in a 1975 interview, Ali was asked about his evolution as a fighter. "You changed your style in 1972. Shorter punches, more efficiency. Where did that come from?" Ali paused, considered whether to reveal the secret, then decided Bruce deserved credit. "Bruce Lee taught me, showed me how to generate power without telegraphing, how to punch from the inside. It changed everything for me." Bruce Lee, the martial arts star? Yeah, we trained together, just once. But what he taught me, I used for the rest of my career. He showed me that power isn't about how far you pull back. It's about how efficiently you transfer energy. The interviewer was shocked. Did anyone else know about this? Not many. Bruce and I kept it private. But now that he's gone, I want people to know. Bruce Lee wasn't just a movie star. He was a real martial artist, a real teacher, and he made Muhammad Ali a better boxer. That interview started a legend. The story of Ali and Bruce Lee training together, sharing techniques. 2 masters from different disciplines, finding common ground. Over the years, the story grew. Some people exaggerated it, claimed they had secret fights, that they sparred for hours. Most of that is myth. The truth is simpler and more beautiful. 2 fighters. One afternoon, sharing knowledge. And that knowledge changed boxing history. Muhammad Ali used Bruce Lee's principles for the rest of his career. The short, explosive punches, the hip rotation, the minimal telegraphing. It became part of his arsenal. And every time Ali threw one of those punches, he thought of Bruce, of that afternoon in Bel Air, of the small man with infinite energy who taught the greatest boxer in the world something new. In 1996, when Ali lit the Olympic torch in Atlanta, a reporter asked him about his greatest teachers. Ali mentioned Angelo Dundee, Drew Bundini Brown, but he also mentioned Bruce Lee. "Bruce taught me that there are no boundaries between fighting styles, that if you're open to learning, anyone can teach you something, even someone from a completely different discipline." Did you ever tell him how much his technique helped you? I tried, but he died before I could really show him, before I could tell him that those punches he taught me helped me win a dozen more fights. But I think he knew. Bruce understood things before they happened. He saw the future in a way most people don't. Today, The story of Bruce Lee teaching Muhammad Ali is part of martial arts and boxing lore. Trainers reference it. Students study it. The one-inch punch principle has been adapted by boxers worldwide. But the real story isn't about a technique. It's about respect. About two masters from different worlds, recognizing greatness in each other. About the willingness to learn, to evolve, to admit that no matter how good you are, someone else might have something to teach you. Muhammad Ali was already the greatest, but he was humble enough to learn from Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee was generous enough to share his knowledge with a boxer. That's the untold story. Not a secret fight, not a rivalry, but a friendship between two legends who understood that true mastery means never stopping learning. And every short, explosive punch Ali threw after 1972 was a tribute to the small man who taught him that power comes not from distance, but from the efficient transfer of energy. Bruce Lee died at 32. Muhammad Ali died at 74. But the technique they shared that afternoon in Bel Air lives on. In every boxer who learns to punch without telegraphing, in every martial artist who studies efficiency over force. That's legacy. Not just what you accomplish, but what you teach, what you share, what you leave behind. Bruce Lee left behind movies, philosophy, fighting techniques, and a lesson that changed how Muhammad Ali boxed. That's immortality.